So Jesus was in the desert for 40 days. And at the end of his 40 days of not eating or drinking, he was confronted by Satan, as we saw. And Satan tested him or tempted him 3 times. So first, Satan tempted his hunger, and he said, well, if you're really the Son of God, then you'll turn these stones into bread and eat them. And Jesus said, quoted the Bible and said, man cannot live on bread alone, but he needs God first and foremost. So then Satan takes him to the top of the temple, and he said, if you're really the Son of God, you'll jump off the top of this temple, and the angels will catch you. And Jesus said, thou shalt not test the Lord thy God. So we should never test God's love or his power in anything. That is always wrong. And then third, he takes him to the top of the tallest mountain, where he can overlook all the great kingdoms of the world. And Satan says, all this can be yours. All you have to do is bow to me and renounce God. So Jesus says to Satan in a powerful voice, "Begone, Satan." And with that, Satan disappeared. And it's important for us to know that this was never really any kind of a contest. This would be like the LA Lakers playing like a kindergarten basketball team. There's never any doubt that Jesus was going to win this, but it didn't stop Satan from trying. So that's just something we need to remember, is that there was never a chance that Jesus was going to turn away from God, but he still had to have the choice and to prove how much he loved God. And so Jesus, he remained sinless all the way until his death. When he died to conquer sin and death and rise again. So as Jesus rose back up into heaven in the ascension, as we learned about already, God made Jesus the King of the whole world, and there he remains, looking down over us. And so this is a good lesson for us too. We are tempted every day in our lives to choose sin over God, when what we should always do is keep our focus on God, just like Jesus did. Don't think about ourselves, but think about what would make God happy. And in doing that, it will help us to turn away from sin and temptation and things that might be easy or things that we might think will make us happy, but at the same time, we know that God would not want that for us. So we must always turn away from temptation and turn our faces to God. That's the lesson that we learn from what Jesus showed us in the desert. And something that we remember throughout Lent is that we want to always take away distractions and keep our focus on God. So why do we celebrate Lent? Well, we're going to watch a video that gets a little bit more in depth on the power of Lent, the opportunity it is for us to make our relationship much tighter with God, and just all the things that we need to keep in mind over the next 40 days. So please watch and enjoy.